Alrighty, I think we're live. I hope we're live. Hello, everybody in chat. Sorry to have kept you waiting for so long. We've been having some really interesting technical issues about being able to see everybody. As you can see right now, Conscript is not there, but he is there. He's actually there, but not there.
He's on purpose. He's switched off his camera.
You can see he's got the little I don't have a video icon thingy going, so that's okay. So, welcome to Roll This, to the Worldeater campaign. This is our first foray into the world of Dungeons and Dragons, and we just lost Tracy. She got eaten by a dragon. Look, totally lost Tracy. Oh my word. Okay. Hopefully she'll come back, and everything will be fine. It's not egg roll, Kamikaze Badger. No matter how much you want it to be, that's not what it is. Because that would be bad. But to let you know what it is, we are going to be adventuring in the wonderful world of Oz. No, the wonderful world of Faerun, which is the D&D campaign setting for a lot of stuff. However, we're not just going to be in Faerun, simply because that would be dull and boring. I'm not going to give too much away right now because I don't want to let the players in on all the dirty little secrets I have lined up for them for later on in the campaign. But just for those of you who don't know about Faerun, here is some background. Faerun is a fictional continent, the primary setting of the Dungeons & Dragons world of Forgotten Realms. It is described in detail in several editions of the Forgotten Realms campaign settings books. Yes, we're in the 5th edition right now. But basically, it's a massive world, which I tried to bring a map in for, but Roll20 didn't like the size of my map, so it didn't let me bring the map in because it was too big, and it was like, no, you can't have that. But let's put it this way, there are amazing places in the Forgotten Realms. You have the northern regions, which are usually ice and tundra, places like Icewind Dale, things like that. You've got the middle lands, which lead towards the Sword Coast on the western shores, and then you, of course, besides the upper levels, you have what's called the Underdark, which is where all the other things live. Dark things, not nice things. Sometimes not nice things. Sometimes nice. One nice things come out of the Underdark. Hold on a sec. That's my phone ringing, what it shouldn't be doing. Anyway, so that's where we're going to be for most of the time. Just give me 1 second while I answer this because it is actually important. Hold on. Okay, alrighty, we're back. Barking at people. Alright, so, this is not the way this was supposed to go. But we roll with it, because that's what we do, alright? But we got to rub back, that's fantastic. Okay, cool. Alright, so, the idea for today is we're calling this Session 0. And what that means is we'd like to introduce you, chat, and our viewers out there to our players, who you can see before you, and to their characters, because today is the day that we roll up their ability scores. Each of them has given me backstory. Each of them has given me the kind of character they'd like to be. So we have cool races for you. We're going to show you a couple of pictures of what those races look like in a minute when we start getting there. But what we're doing today is we're rolling up character ability scores. Once we've got those ability scores, we'll have a better understanding of exactly how these characters are going to work, and then our players will go off and put those into the character sheets, and the next time we come back, which will be next weekend, we'll kick the campaign off with our fleshed out characters with their character sheets ready to rock and roll, and hopefully beat up some bad guys or some good guys, depending on your alignment, obviously. But, we'll see how that goes. But for now, I think what we'll do is we'll just quickly do some introductions, and everybody can and sort of say their thing and say hi and stuff. And we'll start with Captain Onion, whose real name is Tracy. Tracy is a first-time D&D player, for those of you who don't know. This will be her first major campaign. Her first time playing the game was in our auditions, in which she did really well, which is why she's here. So everybody out there, say hi to Tracy. Tracy, say hi to everybody.
Hi!
Okay, the next person in our list there is, we're not going to talk about him. He's got that weird Top Deck shirt on, and he's got earphones, and he's sitting outside so he can smoke while he plays games, you know. But it's Rob. It's our good friend Robert Wild from Top Deck. Rob, thank you for joining us. Welcome to the party. Say hi.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Cool. And next to Rob, we have Run Rabbit, which people? Run Rabbit, whom people might know from Command This, where she plays, she likes enchantments and auras and things like that. That's her bag, baby. We're not quite sure if her microphone is working right now, but you should be able to hear her on this side, okay, if she's going to say hi.
Hello, everyone.
There we go. And then we've got Ricardo, or Code Monkey. Also, you might know from Command This. But Ricardo's first ever outing into D&D was also the auditions for Roll This. And this will also be his first campaign. So, Ricardo, say hi.
Hey, guys.
Right, moving right along, we're going to get to the character rolling. On the far right-hand side, we have Rudolph, who those of you who frequent Magic the Gathering establishments, and Top Deck in particular, will recognize. Rudolph is a seasoned Magic player, as well as a seasoned D&D player. He's also a DM in his own right. So he's moving into an interesting role for himself in this particular campaign, coming in as a player. So, Dolphy, say how's it?
Hello.
Hello, Dark Wolf. There we go. So what we'll do is, guys, I'm just going to run it in the order that I've got you on screen. I think that's going to be the easiest way to go, and introduce you and your character idea to people. Now, Tracy, I can't seem to find anything that you sent me, and I don't think you sent me stuff, which means you're a naughty girl. So I'm just going to go back here and see. So, Tracy, tell us character name and the class you would like to play. Don't say anything else because I want to do a thing on the screen.
Okay, so I am Taliba Thunder Kitty Paws, but my friends just call me Paws. And I am a fighter class.
There we go. So that's interesting. She's also going to be our first... Give me 1 second to find the right picture. And then I've got to resize it because, you know, that's how stuff works here right now. But just so you guys get a cool idea. Look at her. Isn't she just the most beautifully squished? Oh, wait. I've got to do that.
Oh, there we go.
Hey, that's cool.
Ooh, that's cool.
So, there we have our first Tabaxi. Now, Tabaxis are cat people. Okay, just in case you hadn't figured that out.
With the ears in it.
Oh!
I don't think they say that a lot. Okay, but just for future reference,
They don't, but we do.
we do. We absolutely do. Okay, so
Thunder Kitty.
I'm just trying to find a little something quickly that can give us a little bit more in-depth view around tabaxis for people. And no, this is not something you can smoke, Rob. It's not tobacco. It's tabaxi.
I don't smoke,
No, you don't
Like-
smoke.
like a little bit. And only cigarettes.
There you go.
He catches fire every once in a while.
Tabaxi are also known as jaguar people, or cat men and women. And they're a race of feline humanoids native to the jungles of Mazdakar, which is another area of the Forgotten Realms. They are taller than most humans, about 6 to 7 feet. Their bodies are slender and covered in spotted or striped fur. They have long tails, retractable claws. They range from light yellow to brownish red in their fur color. They have split pupilled eyes, which are usually green or yellow. They're very good swimmers and climbers, very speedy runners, good sense of balance, and acute sense of smell. So, we are now going to roll dice for your class. You said you want to be a fighter, yes?
Yes.
So, we're going to say pause, because that's your name. And we're
Yes.
going to say, is it Tabaxi? And then what I'd like you to do is, on your little control panel on the screen over there, you've got at the bottom right corner a little dice emblem.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like you to go to the D6 and select the number 4.
Oh, wait.
Okay, that doesn't count now. Okay? So I'm going to clear that one. So D6 and hit the number 4, and that should roll for you 4 D6s. And we're going to discard the lowest one, which is a 2. So your first roll gives you 6, 3, and 4, which is a 13 as your first roll, which is pretty cool. I'd like you to do that again, please. Okay, so that's a 12 because we're discarding the 3. Go again. Okay, I can't see the one under you.
Oh,
Looks like a 6.
yes.
It's in the chat window as well.
So we'll discard the 1, and that's a 12. Very nice. You're rolling really, really well so far. Let's go again. Okay, that's the worst one so far. So that's an 8. I suppose everybody's going to have at least one of those. Okay, let's go.
Womp, womp.
Roll again. Oh, that's a pretty good one.
That's nice.
That's 10. And I do believe this will be the last one, so go for it.
It's only strength and con that counts, so it's fine.
Pretty much. This is also an 8. Alright, so now on your character sheet, you've got the following ability scores. You have strength, dexterity, constitution, charisma, intelligence, wisdom, and what's the last one? Strength, dex,
Constitution.
con,
Intelligence.
intelligence, wisdom,
Charisma.
and
Charisma.
charisma. So as a fighter, you want to be as proficient in the fighting abilities as possible, which means that I would suggest to you that your strength score needs to be your highest score. So I would say 13 goes to strength. I would say one of your 12s goes to dexterity and the other 12 goes to a constitution. Because that way you're agile and healthy.
That's a good thing to be.
And then I'm going to say to you 8, 10, 8 are the last scores. You can decide where you want to put those between intelligence, wisdom, and charisma.
Thank you.
Just tell me what you decide.
I did 8
Dolphy,
on
why are you
intelligence.
pulling out a secret tome there? Why? I mean, that's illegal. What's going on?
It's just my player's manual.
Tracy, what you going to do?
8 on intelligence, 10 on wisdom, 8 on charisma.
8, 10, 8. All right. Now, as far as I am aware, Tabaxi get proficiencies. They get bonuses. So hold on. Let's do that. And we're going to go do that. We would have... sure. Tabaxis are in... Which guide are Tabaxis in? They're in Tasha's Cauldron?
There's also something here.
They should be in the
You can look on roll 2.
Xanthar's guide to everything, possibly.
I think Xanthar's. I think they're in
Yeah, I think it's
Xanthar's.
Xanthar's guide to everything.
Xanthar's Guide to Everything.
They get 2 to dexterity and 1 to charisma.
So you get a...
Nice.
Is that an addition onto their ability scores, yeah?
Yes.
So your dexterity, because you're that class, now becomes a 14.
Whoop, whoop.
And you said 1 to charisma, so the charisma becomes a 9.
Awesome.
Okay. Where are you seeing that? You're seeing that somewhere, Rudolph.
I just googled it.
Who's a Google?
So it must be true.
Must be true. So those are your ability scores. Okay?
They are now.
Keep those handy, and we will flesh out your character sheet for next week so that you get all your skills and proficiencies and things like that. But for now, you are a Tabaxi fighter, and those are your scores. I think that's pretty cool. 13 strength, 14 dex, 12 constitution, 8 intelligence, 10 wisdom, and 9 charisma. That works pretty well. So our next person, Rob,
Yeah.
do you want to tell us a little bit about your character? Obviously, again, not giving too much away. We'll get into the little bits of backstory that I want to share with people in a mo. But if you want to tell people the race and class and name of your character.
So I'll be the puppet master of Merrick, who is a human ranger.
There we go. The puppet master, hey?
I'll pull his strings.
you can't cuff me. Okay, so hold on. So now we've got to do this thing again where we go, we do that. And then we do that. And that. And that. And then we delete that one. And we make this one. Really big. Ta-da! So there we
Wow.
go. Human Ranger. Geppetto. No. Not that kind of ranger, but that's all good. Also, just so that everybody watching knows, we are giving away a truly awesome D&D Starter Kit, compliments of our awesome partners Unplug Yourself today. So you're going to have been watching, and paying attention to win that as we go later on. But just so that you're aware. So, Robbo, you know the deal. Let's roll for some skills. Human Ranger. I'm going to figure that you, as a seasoned D&D player, know which skills you're looking to be your highest. But let's roll
all of
them
them.
d4s.
I want all of them. All of them. These are going to be 16s plus.
60 all the way, hey?
All the way.
Full house. Let's go, baby.
Nice full 80 at the end.
Oh, my word.
Okay, hold on. Stop. You're going to have to roll that again because I can't see. I need you to go to your settings. And I need you to turn on enable 3D dice and automatically roll 3D dice, please.
Crispy, do you see it in the chat?
Yes, but I see it in the chat. But chat doesn't see it.
Oh, cool.
Alrighty. I have done so.
Cool.
Let's go back and we'll do it again. Thank the stars for that.
There we go. Well, that's better. That's a 17.
That's a 17, huh?
That's a
Yeah.
17.
Yeah, I'll take that.
All right, let's
Yeah,
go.
we'll do that again.
Let's go again. Not too shabby, Nige. That's a 13.
Cool, cool.
Alrighty. Next. That's 15.
Nice.
Dude,
Yep.
nice rolls.
I'm trying.
13.
15. How many we got so far?
2 to go.
Cool.
Ooh.
13.
Yeah.
This
One
is
more.
a above average character already. Wow, dude, that's some really good rolling. So,
I told you.
see what I got to deal with. I got a whole freaking campaign to deal with this guy.
This is your fault.
Hey, I know things about your character, but don't start now.
Hold my beer.
Alrighty,
Hashtag
so
strength.
let's go through this. Strength. What are you going to put down for strength, pal?
Well, what's my lowest one?
You've got 3 13s, 2 15s, and a 17. My suggestion as your DM would be maybe one of the 15s would be good for your strength.
So I want to start with assigning dexterity, actually.
Alright.
So dexterity is the highest number,
17.
then followed by constitution with the next highest roll,
So that'll be a 15,
and then followed by wisdom,
which will be a 15.
and then
Then you got 13s across the board.
Yep. So then that goes in everything else.
Alrighty. Then as a human, where's my... Pass me the player's handbook over there, please.
Where is it?
So I
And
have
on the printer.
selected variant human.
Yep.
So I get 2 plus 1s
New dice as well.
in 2 stats,
Okay.
and I have selected those plus 1s to go into dexterity and constitution.
Dex and cons.
That's it.
So Dex goes to 18. Constitution goes to 16. And that's your ability modifiers?
Yeah, so that's ability modifiers for variant human. Yeah.
All right, cool. So your final scores are strength 13, dexterity 18, constitution 16, intelligence 13, wisdom 15, charisma 13.
Nice.
Dude, those are some nice rolls. Congrats.
Thanks, man. Yeah, that's.
I'm just gonna put this out there. You're gonna need them. Alrighty, let's move on to Yolanda, who has a very interesting character for us to work with. Yola, do you want to introduce us to your character, name, race, and potential class?
Okay. Her name is Evie Gedden, and she is a tiefling, and she'd like to be a cleric. Hopefully, it's whole times.
So already that's an interesting thing as a tiefling cleric. So, I really like that idea, which is kind of cool. But now we got to do this thing where we go like that, and then I got to do the thing where I delete this one,
You do the same.
and I do this thing, and then I do that thing, and this thing. There's going to be a lot of this sort of thing happening when we play the game because this is a very cool interface. But there you go. There's our tiefling for you.
Wow.
Yes, actually, Lioness of the Veil, that is a charismatic human. Very, very charismatic. 13. This is some ranger, I tell you.
Yeah.
Come with me to the woodland. I will keep you safe, I swear. Okay,
Maybe.
sure, why not? Let's go.
Look
Yola,
into
do
my
you have-
eyes. Look into my eyes. Not around the eyes. Look into my eyes.
Look into my eyes. Have you got your 3D dice enabled?
Yes.
Alrighty, then let's get crack-a-lackin' looking for a cleric.
Okey-dokey.
So that's a 13.
Nice start.
Yeah, let's hope they get better.
Wow. Wow.
That's a 15.
Yes, I will take it.
Thanks to Tortoise Boy, I will try that on the next image.
Oh, that's not so great.
Okay, that one's a bit cockeyed, but I'm assuming it was going to land on the 2, which is the same as that bottom one there.
Yeah,
So that's a 9.
Ooh.
Okay.
My charisma. Sort of a tiefling.
Alrighty, let's go. That's not bad. That's a 13.
Come on, give me a really good one.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow, that's a 16.
Nice.
Fantastic.
Okay, and this is your last one.
Another really good one. Come on. Oh, yeah.
So that's a 10. That is a, better. That's a more than average roll. So 13, 15, 9, 13, 16, 10. Okay? Don't, it's not so bad. You're like,
I was just. If you were close, I'd swat you. Okay. So, DM, where do I put what?
okay, well, you're looking for a cleric,
Yes.
right? So
Wisdom.
for that, you definitely want to go wisdom as your top score.
You
Okay.
need to stay alive, so your constitution.
So I would go, yes, so let's do this. We're going to go, I'm just going to mark them all down here like I do for everybody. Strength, dex, con, int, whiz-ka. So I would say dexterity is not that important to you. Constitution and wisdom are your biggest things, and I would say wisdom has to be your biggest,
Yeah.
So-
then the constitution.
and then your constitution. So I would go 16 to wisdom. I would go 15 to con.
Yeah.
And then the rest you can pretty much figure out as you would like. As a cleric, you are going to be doing some fighting, so you might want to keep one of your 13s for a strength score,
Yeah.
and then the others you can divvy up.
Okay, so then let's do 13 strength.
Okay.
And
In the meantime, would somebody just quickly look up for me what ability score bonus she gets?
I am busy.
Thank you.
She gets.
Hold on, hang
plus
10,
one-
hang 10, hang 10.
okay, so 13 strength. I thought 13 dexterity, so I don't fall down hills. And then maybe the.
You don't need dexterity. You're gonna have plate armor.
Plus one. Okay.
Says you don't need dexterity, you're going to have plate armor. You're fine.
I'm gonna trust me. I'm gonna need it. It's terrible.
So which way are we going with the 10 and the 9?
Okay, so the 10 I thought I get intelligence plus 1. So I'll put the 10 there. And then I'm not very charismatic anyway, so I'll put the 9 there.
All right, and then
And then
Dolphy
plus 2
on.
on charisma.
Is that right? She gets plus 1
Yes.
on intelligence and a plus 2 on charisma.
That's correct, yes.
So intelligence goes to 11
Yeah.
and charisma goes to 11.
Yeah.
Okay, so final scores for your tiefling cleric are strength 13, dexterity 13, constitution 15, intelligence 11, wisdom 16, and charisma 11.
Yeah.
I can tell you right now that those are all above average scores. So congratulations.
I'm above average.
Alrighty. Let us move on to the Ricardo fellow over there after I throw my pen around. And we shall take away that picture and we will bring in the next one as soon as Ricardo says to our people's name, race, and potential class.
Cool. My character's name is Asmodan, and he's a human warlock.
Human warlock.
Interesting.
Well now. You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?
Not
Only
today.
on Wednesdays.
Oh no, the bottom right corner thing only it's like kind of sort of almost worked, but it's all good. Okay, who recognizes the oak on the right there?
Jace. JC. Is deal. Yeah.
I thought that was kind of funny when I found the image. I was like human warlock and it was like Jace. I was like, what? That's not right.
That sounds about right.
I suppose maybe. Well, you know, it depends on if he's hooked up with Roscoe or not. You know. But anyways, so if we are being human, we're doing the same thing. Ricardo, you got your dice enabled?
I do.
Are you ready to rock and roll?
Let's do this.
Let's roll some dice. That's a 15. That's a good start.
Okay. Next.
That's a
12.
12.
That's an 11.
11. Oh,
And the 6.
that's a 17.
Wow.
Yeah, nice one.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Jeez, like that's a 15. Last roll.
Cool.
Again, very good rolls.
Ooh,
Very good rolls.
16.
Very nice. Okay, you've rolled a 15, a 12, an 11, a 17, a 15, and a 16.
Cool.
As
And
a warlock,
yes. So I'm a warlock. So I would like to assign the following
alrighty.
to charisma seems to be my most important attribute. So I would assign that to 17.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah, sure.
Can I suggest that you prioritize intelligence
Intelligence.
and
Okay.
and charisma? So I would go highest score on intelligence, next highest on charisma.
Yeah, no, 100%. So I'll do that.
Okay, so we go 17 intelligence, 16 charisma.
100%. Then constitution will be 15.
Okay. If Yola and I turn a funny green or yellowish color, please know that our dogs are trying to kill us.
The other 15 will go to dexterity.
Nice. Good choice.
Your side. It's fine.
See, the 12 will go to wisdom,
Yeah,
and the 11 will go to strength.
perfect. And you're just playing a straight up human?
Straight up human. So I get +1 to each, right?
As far as I know, hold on. Just let me make sure with my tome of everything. That I can't find anything in.
He should get a +1 to all stats, but he doesn't get the feat, as far as I understand.
Yeah, as far as I know. 29. 29. Ability scores each increase by 1.
Okay, awesome.
And that is it.
So
Rob,
at the
don't
end
forget
of-
you do get a feat of your choice, eh?
So it's
Yes, I've selected Sentinel as that.
Okay, cool.
cool.
So everything
so
goes up.
Yeah. So at the end, I've 18 to intelligence, 16 to Constitution, 17 to Charisma, 12 to Strength, 13 to Wisdom, and 16 for Dexterity.
Dude, this is a very, very powerful warlock roll.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Ricardo needs that voice clip that says beefcake.
Oh dear. Okay, so that's that. We got one to go.
Ooh.
We
What
have
kind
one.
of a wizard are you, Harry?
What kind of a wizard are you? Right, so let's do that. Delete that. Doffy, who are you, and what are you, and where are you?
I am a wizard, high elf, and my name is Arvad.
Arvad. Woomph. Okie dokie. And that means that we've got one of these pictures to come in here. And we're going to do that. And we're going to do this. And we're going to do that. Chang. Chang-lang.
Chang.
Look, it's enough. Look, everybody, it's enough.
It's Legolas.
Okay, no.
It's a legless Legolas.
No. Listen, let's not talk about legless right now. But okay, have you got your digital imaginary dice turned on?
I believe so.
All right, fantastic. Then let's get rock and rolling.
No.
Okay,
wrong
no,
one.
what are those? That's not
Wrong dice. Sorry.
Make him keep them.
Oi. So that's a 7.
Ouch.
That's what you get for
I'd like
starting
rock
with
with
D4s.
So we've got his strength, right? Raceland Majer the second.
So that's a 12. Okay. That's a 14. That's a bit better.
Mm.
Next. Another 14. So that's a 10. Last one. Better make it count. 13. 7, 12, 14, 14, 10, 13. Right.
It's 7, 12, 13.
7, 12, 14, 14, 10, 13. That's what you've rolled.
Should have been killed at birth.
Listen to you, don't be mean. I mean, Ralph.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's just some working
Hey,
knives being stabbed.
I mean, really. Right, Dovey, what's your plan?
So I believe I will put a 14 at intelligence,
Okay,
a 14 at constitution,
okay,
a 7 at strength,
cool.
Hold it.
uh 10, no, maybe a 12 at dexterity.
12.
Yeah.
Okay,
The 10 at what's the last one again?
charisma.
Charisma, and a 13 at wisdom.
Alrighty, sounds good. And then high elf.
I get +1 on intelligence and +2 on dexterity.
So dexterity becomes 14. Intelligence becomes 15. So your final scores are strength 7, dex 14, constitution 14, intelligence 15, wisdom 13, and charisma 10. You have a better charisma than the Tabaxi. So, you know, there's that.
But she's furry. You can calm down and stroke the furry Tabaxi.
Well, that's kind of right for a wizard, though. They're not very charismatic people. They're just like all study and books and stuff.
He's gonna hide out on the wagon again.
What wagon?
There's
I've
always
never
a
met
wagon.
you
There's
before.
got to be a wagon somewhere.
There's always a wagon.
Give me 1 second here.
Well, I can stop him from walking into trees. Like, dude, nose out of the book. We're walking.
Carry me.
With a strength of 13? I don't think so.
I'm just going to go through things again quick. Just looking at everybody's stats, classes, etc., etc. We haven't locked anything down just yet. Tabaxi, I'm happy. I mean, it would have been nice to roll a bit higher, but I think for what you've got, you're okay. Tiefling Cleric is nice. Our Warlock, I think we do need to swap your two stats, though. I think Charisma goes to 18, Intelligence goes to 17.
Okay, cool.
Range is good. Range is great, dude. Your ranger rolls were amazing. You're so far
Yeah.
above average, it's ridiculous.
But even the
Yeah.
warlocks.
I'm pretty stoked with
Warlock
those stats.
skills are very high.
I don't know. I think this dice favors people.
It's digital. How can it favor people?
Oh, please.
It knows.
So that makes it impartial.
Handicap system. Rob gone just avoid. Oh no. Rob likes to do the. You see, Rob moves. You'll notice that Rob's background changes from time to time. Rob gets bored in one place, so he.
No, he gets cold outside.
Oh, I
that's what
see. It gets cold outside and then has to come inside, and that's what this is all about.
No man, it's all fake. He's putting up screens at the back.
Okay, cool.
That-
So
that
we
may be
have
true.
rolled some characters. So let me give you a little background as to what is currently happening in the world of Faerun that we're plundering into, that is going to form the background to this campaign. You are all, it's not a green screen, bigger class. All of you are from very varied parts of the continent. And so you've all heard various rumors of similar things happening. What the predominant rumor is, give me 1 second, I got to yell at dogs. Oi! The predominant rumor is that a sect of, what shall we call them?
Cultists.
Dragon cultists are causing ripples in the world. They are, leopards don't know, I don't know if your screen is green. They're causing ripples in the world in not a very nice way. They're not being smiled upon by any of the major religions and guilds, etc., because they are starting to cause some horrible waves. But their main purpose has been to start sprouting all the nonsense, the old nonsense of how wouldn't the world be better if it was ruled by a dragon god. Kind
So
of
these are
thing.
actual dragons, not dragonborn.
No, these are not dragon. No, these are not dragonborn. These are technically most. In fact, what you've heard is that most of these rumors are being spread by a bunch of humans, who seem to run around and do all these things and set fire to stuff and say this is our tribute to the coming of the dragon god. This is causing a lot of concern in various places. Places like Waterdeep and Baldur's Gate have been affected. Neverwinter is holding off most of this. They've basically outlawed these idiots. As far as they're concerned, they're a bunch of schmuckos. Dirty humans, it's right, Leopardstone. But it's not sitting well with the general population, even though it appears to be, for some weird reason, gaining momentum, particularly in areas like Cormier, and in the north, in the colder areas. things are picking up at a bit of a pace. But this is the world in which you are currently plying your trades or making your ways or doing your things in. When we pick up the beginning of our campaign next week, you will have a clearer understanding of where you are in all of this and what's going on. But that's just a little bit of background for now as to what is currently going on in the world. There's general politics, there's general nonsense, there's all the kinds of usual stuff that's going on, scraps between orcs and humans and raiders of orcs and things like that all over the place. But the biggest sort of thing at the moment that's going around is that there is this wacky sort of cult thing happening, and people are a little bit concerned about it. It's a bit odd. It's it's sort of come out of left field for most of the organized religions, and so everybody's kind of thinking like, what provoked this kind of thing. But I think that's kind of where we're going to leave it for today. I know that we started late and that we were going to do all these other things, but we were running against the clock a little bit, and we also did want to just do the character rolling and introduce people to our team and say these are your adventurers. From next week, their names, their character names will be represented underneath them, not their names. They're their names. I think their names is a good way to call it. And we will begin our adventures in the Forgotten Realms. So for those of you watching, I hope that this has been a little bit of fun. I know it's not exactly the most enthralling thing to watch people rolling up character stats, but I think it's been interesting from the point of view that we have some very, very strong looking characters. I think this is going to bode well because I know what's coming. Some of the do you guys want to divulge any little tidbits of your background, your characters' backgrounds at this point? Is there anything you want people to know about you before we head into the campaign?
I think maybe when we start next week, every person can maybe run through their backstory before we start, right? Or do you think it should be done now?
I think that running through the backstory is not something that we're going to be doing. I think your characters will introduce themselves and learn about each other as they adventure together.
Okay, cool.
I just thought if anybody had any particular things they wanted to let people know, like of where they came from or whatever, so that people had an idea of what they might be dealing with. Obviously, we've got two very different races amongst the others. We've got the Tabaxi and we've got the Tiefling. But that's totally up to you dudes. Nocturnal Night, we're using roll20.net.
I'll divulge some information.
Okay, all right. We've got some divulging of some information coming from Merrick, the Human Ranger.
Yeah, so Merrick is from the lands of Cormar to the east of the northern continent. It's a very proud country. It has a big history of defeating the Netherese invasion most recently. But Merrick is in search of something. He's in search of it. And this is because...
You don't mean that weird clown from the Stephen King story, right?
No,
Okay.
no. He doesn't know what it is just yet, but that's what he's looking for. He's looking for it. And his family, he comes from a noble or an ex-noble family that is now no more. He's the last living member of his family, and he's been tasked to find this item that was in the possession of his family and has been stolen.
Okay.
So that's what he's up to.
Okay, well there you go. There's a bit of news for y'all of a particular character. Anybody else want to say anything or share anything? You can share it with the group. It's okay.
Tell us, we won't use it against you.
No, not at all.
Said no one,
I don't
said no
know.
one ever.
Rudolph's actually telling the truth. He can't tell you his backstory or anything about it because
I don't know.
he hasn't got a freaking clue. But that's okay.
I'll also divulge. I come from a family of farmers. I ran a farm for a lot of years. It was in a small town called Vermington, and yeah, so something happened which I'm very secretive about, but it ended up with me becoming a warlock. So what could that have been? Yeah, and that's all I'm going to say.
Obviously not good because you became a warlock.
Yeah. Fair enough. Anybody else? No, nothing. Going.
Once,
Alrighty.
twice. Sold!
Sold, gone, sold to the charismatic warlock knows what it is. Leopardstone says the charismatic warlock knows what it is. It's the charismatic warlock. I like that. We'll call him that from now on. Your name is now the charismatic warlock. So next week we will jump into the Worldeater campaign, and we will see what's happening. Kinestherapy saying that's Rob. Yes, it is Rob. This is a safe place. You can share it with the group. Lioness of the Veil has got that spot on. But I did mention earlier that we were going to be giving away a Dnd Starter Kit. So hold on one second.
Do I raffle now?
Yeah. Can we raffle?
Raffling.
Aww.
I just want to show people so they know we ain't bluffing. You know what I mean? Because, you know, look at it. It's in its plastic. It's still in its plastic and everything. Look at that. Dnd Starter Kit, in which you get a 64-page adventure book, with everything the Dungeon Master needs to get started. 32-page rulebook for playing character levels 1 to 5. 5 pre-generated characters, each with a character sheet and supporting reference material, and 6 game dice. I can tell you right now, this is a very cool little set. If you don't have one and you're looking to start playing D&D, this is the perfect thing to start with. So what I am going to say to you is that we rolled a whole bunch of rolls today. And in those rolls, he says, whacking his microphone, somebody rolled the wrong dice. So the first person to tell me who rolled the wrong dice and which dice those were in chat wins a starter set. Go. I'm in it for the shiny click-clack rocks, damn straight.
They are very pretty.
Have you seen those dragon eye dice? Oh my word. It should be the cat doing that.
There you go, there she does it. Sorry, the tiefling jumped in.
Zoe says she doesn't remember. Ah, there we go. There's the first answer. Lioness of the Veil, Rudolph rolled D4s. Yes, he did.
There we go.
Lioness of the Veil, congratulations. You have won yourself a starter kit courtesy of our amazing partners, Unplug Yourself. Check them out at www.unplugyourself.co.za for all your tabletop gaming news and goodies. So, that's pretty cool. Now, when we do next week, what am I writing here? Total nonsense.
Probably.
Total nonsense. Next week we will have an essentials kit to give away for our first stream. And the essentials kit is also a very cool kit to have. It's a nice compendium to go with the starter kit. It adds some more adventuring. The starter set sets you in adventures around the town of Phandalin. And the essentials kit takes you further, and this is all around the main city of Neverwinter in that area. And in fact, in the essentials kit, you get to go take on a white dragon if you get that far and make it. It does also have shiny click-clack rocks in it, so yes, it does. But before
And you get 11 dice with it, which is awesome.
11 dice?
Yeah.
Yes,
I
you
think
do.
it's
You do. You do actually get 11 dice. That is correct. I'm just quickly making a note of something here. And then there's Zoe, and there's Mom, and then
So Crispy,
yes, sir.
I think I can get that starter kit to Lioness of the Veil,
Okay.
because she's literally in the Veil where I am. So
All right. Well, I'll come drop it off by you, and you can take it through.
cool.
No worries. There you go. Sorted. Shiny click-clack rocks. You must see the shiny click-clack rocks that are coming just before the Wild Beyond the Witchlight.
Are they pretty?
They're so pretty. So pretty. They're very, very cool. But Before we sign off and close off and say thank you everybody for watching our initial stream of Worldeater and the Worldeater campaign, we have to shout out to our amazing patrons who are just the coolest people. They're the Eggy's knees. And they make a lot of cool things possible for us. So I just want to give a shout out to Ricardo. I want to give a shout out to Niels, to Christoph, to Christian, to Zoe, to Rob, and to Kendra. You guys are the Eggy's knees, and to Yola. I was getting there.
No, you weren't.
I got your name down here.
You were forgetting.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got 8 patrons at the moment. We had none like a month ago, so that's pretty cool. On top of that, these 8 people, not all 8 though. 7 of these 8 people are in line for the grand prize, the quarterly grand prize from Unplug Yourself, which is about 4 grand's worth of Magic the Gathering product coming up at the end of September. So if you want to get into that, you need to go check out our Patreon page. So www.patreon.com/easygaming group and be the egg you've always wanted to be. But until then, and until next week, when we start this campaign and I start sending people on adventures. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us for this little kickoff. It's been a lot of fun, and I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sorry it took us so long to get in here. Next time, we will start earlier on our side to make sure we can troubleshoot that kind of issue. Again, it was literally just a case of we couldn't see everybody on screen at one time for some reason or another. So we sorted that out. Crispin, the DM, is supposed to lead the party. No.
No, his job is to kill the party.
See, I'm with Rob on this one. My job is to try and kill them. It's their job to try and stay alive.
Yeah,
Linus
we need to
says,
stay
lead
alive.
them astray.
So, Crispy,
Yes,
one
sir.
quick question. So this is going to be running for a significant amount of time.
It is.
Right? So if someone was interested in being part of this,
Yes.
what would they need to do?
All right, so here's the thing. We are going to be doing the following. The campaign is being run in 3 parts. All right? The first part is a fully custom campaign that will lead to and tie into the release of the new D&D book, The Wild Beyond the Witchlight. What will happen at the end of that particular milestone is these 5 characters that you've now met tonight will move on to something else in the larger campaign, and we will bring in 5 new characters who will then play the Wild Beyond the Witchlight adventure, the campaign book, and come to the end of that, which will be the end of part 2 and milestone 2 of this campaign. At that point, any characters of this original group who survive what comes at them when they're not here on stream, and any characters from the Wild Beyond the Witchlight group who survive that campaign will join up to form the final party that will take on the third and final part of the custom campaign of the Worldeater and finish that off at the end of that. So, if anyone wants to get involved, because we are still looking for people to take part in the Wild Beyond the Witchlight, please get hold of us. You can get hold of us via easygaminggroup@yahoo.com, or you can get hold of me directly or DM me in WhatsApp or whatever the case may be. We are also, if you know any younger people, we are specifically looking for some younger people to take part in the Wild Beyond the Witchlight. We have one youngster already, and she's incredibly keen to get involved in that. The interesting thing about the Wild Beyond the Witchlight, and this is where I think it's going to be a hell of a thing to play, is that the campaign has been designed in such a way that should you play it correctly, or let's not say correctly, should you play it a specific way, you can get through the campaign with no combat.
What?
Yeah.
That sounds terrible. Wow.
It makes for a very interesting play. So it has that element to it, which I think is very cool. I also think that is something that Wizards are trying to do in terms of making it a softer kind of story to bring in younger people, so there isn't quite as much violence. Obviously, there are going to be people like Rob who are just like, haha, let's just kill the Fae, you know. But you know,
So it's the Far Cry factor. At the start, and then the game's over.
yeah, you know, we killed everybody. It's done. Let's move on. But for those of you who are keen to get involved and join up and do whatever, please, by all means, easygaminggroup@yahoo.com, or DM me or hit us up in whatever WhatsApp groups you're part of. If you chat to Rob or know any of these people here and see them, you can get details from them and they can put you in touch with me. So that's totally cool. Let us know if we get too many people and we're not able to put you into this campaign. This isn't the only campaign we're going to be doing. We will be back with more, and there's always room for new players. This is D&D. This goes on forever and goes, wherever we want it to go. So, is that cool? Does that answer your question? I think that answers your question.
I think
And
so.
Crispy, are you planning on
Yeah.
doing guests in these campaigns? Like,
I tell you what we are doing. I tell you what we are doing. Let me tell you what we are doing, which I was going to say for Monday night. But for anybody out there who doesn't know this, on Monday night on the Egg Pod, we are having very special guests. There are two guys from a company called Penny Dragon Games. And what they've done is they've created a couple of Kickstarters around doing supplemental Dungeons and Dragons content. And their biggest achievement so far has been that they are now producing a supplemental magazine called The Mag of Holding, which I thought was a great name. And the Mag of Holding consists of a whole bunch of D&D supplemental stuff. It has one-off campaigns that you can play as a one-shot. It's got campaign hooks for longer stories. It's got maps. It's got stats. It's got characters. It's got little stories. And it's got, in every edition, they've got at least one custom monster that they've created that is pretty cool. So what we are going to be doing is we are partnering with them, particularly for this campaign, to be using a lot of their supplemental stuff, particularly the monsters, because they're new, they're different, they're not something that the characters will have come across at all in their lives to now, and that is a particular element we're looking for in this campaign, and it's something that we're quite excited about. But
Nice.
come and join us on Monday night when we get to chat to these guys. One of them's actually sitting in Pretoria. The other one's sitting in Lisbon and Ireland. So it's going to be an interesting chat.
Fantastic.
Bring your accent amplifiers, because the Paddy in Ireland has got quite the accent and is sometimes quite difficult to understand. But it's all right, because I'll be there and I can translate for you.
Just don't do the accent.
I think Brennan can do it.
No, because he sounds more Scottish, but that's
Yes, he
okay. But yes, the other side of this is that we are looking at bringing in some guests every now and then. I am going to be chatting to Carla and the girls from Dum Dum Die, which would be kind of cool, and hopefully bring them in for a bit. If you guys have any suggestions about who you'd like to see as a guest player, that's always something we can do later on. The other goal, of course, is that we are currently stuck in the pandemic, which is why we're having the issues we have and why we're running on Roll20 at the moment. When those restrictions are lifted and when we are able to do so, there are plans from multiple parties, not just ourselves, but also from a bunch of our partners and supporters, to make this into a live action D&D live stream, which would be great. It would be super cool for everybody, I think, to be able to get around a table and play some D&D.
ooh, roll some real dice.
Roll some real dice, right? I mean, that would be cool. Nocturnal Night, no combat. Why? Because sometimes you've got to use the brain and to be clever.
No.
Rob, like, no, where's my axe? Yay! But anyway,
Kill it with fire.
let's go this way. No, that way.
Which way did he go?
Who'd you want me to kill? So for now, I think that's kind of cool. I'm very excited about this group of characters we've got. I think they're going to be fun for you guys to play. I think they're going to have a relatively good time in the world that I'm designing for them.
Whenever you say that, I get
You mean
nervous.
when you say design, you mean break, right?
I'm just gonna
And you mean
move
kill, right?
I'm just gonna move right along and say that next week is gonna be interesting. I've already started building my maps and things. Well, you'd hope so by now, right? But that's all in the pipeline, and everything's gonna happen. And when Linus of the Vale or kill the dragon, then revive it and make friends. No, you can't do
A
that.
rotting Regisaur.
A rotting, yes, exactly.
That's not a bad idea. I can kill you, see? So,
So
behave.
yeah, don't tick me off. I'll do it again. But thanks so much, everybody, for watching. I really do appreciate it. Thank you guys for stopping in and giving some time this afternoon. And don't forget that we're going to be doing a lot of this over the next little while. So Saturday afternoons are booked for some D&D-ness, which we're quite excited about. We're also always open to suggestions and comments. Chat, if you guys have anything, again, you've got the email addresses, you know how to get hold of us. Please let us know what we can do better. Obviously, that's a magic card D&D. Dracolich is a magic card D&D crossover. So keep those ideas coming. Cora just did an amazing thing for us on Command This, where she put together a form for our viewers, which has given us some amazing feedback. And hopefully we can implement a whole bunch of that stuff and make that show better. So we're totally open to that kind of thing here as well. But I think give us a couple of weeks and watch us for a couple of weeks and then let us know what you think we can improve and stuff. I mean, if you start telling us we can improve now, I'm going to say you're damn right, because all I did was put some pictures and stretch some things and people rolled some dice. But we got more stuff.
And I never got to kill anything.
You didn't get to kill
I
anything
rolled the
today.
wrong dice.
Not today.
Next week.
Yes, you rolled the wrong dice, but it's okay. We let you live.
Lioness of the Vale says thank you.
Okay, so on that note, I'm going to say everybody. Tracy said bye.
Bye.
Rob said bye.
Ciao, folks.
Yola said bye.
Bye.
Ricardo said bye.
Cheers.
And Rudolph say something that's not bye.
Totsiens.
Okay, cool. Thanks, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Next stream will be longer. It will be a full session of D&D. This was literally just our version of a Kickstarter, so thank you so much for being here. Congratulations to Lioness of the Vale for winning this amazing starter set. I'll get that to Rob, and he'll get it to you as soon as we can. And other than that, have an awesome Saturday evening and an amazing Sunday, and I hope that next week is great. We see you on Monday night at the Egg Pod and Wednesday night on Commander, where you guys picked who's playing what. And there are some cool decks coming up on Wednesday. It's going to be fun. So you guys take it easy, and peace and love. Stay safe, stay healthy. Bye, everybody.